One thing I don't think is discussed enough with potential candidates, new hires, agents, right? If you're new to this business or if you're considering getting in the business, um, following expense sales, whether you're going to be doing telesales or door knocking as a field agent, right? One thing I don't think is discussed is you having to develop thick skin, right? You've probably heard, get used to being told no if you've been in any kind of sales, or if you've looked into, salesmen hear no more times than they hear yes. But in this industry, it's a little bit different. Um, what I mean by that is, so if you're a field agent, you're getting however many leads a week, you're calling to schedule appointments to go see those people. And in between, if you're trained properly, in between those appointments, you're door knocking those other leads. Yes, if you've never done this, that happens. It sounds crazy, but those people answer, let you in the door, and you will ultimately write policies that way. Um, but you will knock on those doors with a lead that has a bunch of information on it. John Smith sent it in. That's the address on the thing. John comes to the door. I'm Will. Came here to show you what you qualify for, blah, blah, blah. I didn't send that in. Okay. Is anybody else here? Could somebody have sent it for you? Are you married? They look at it. No, that's my handwriting. That's my phone number, my email address, my date of birth. I draw this little doodle on everything that I draw. I didn't do that. No matter what your rebuttal is to get in that door, sometimes it doesn't work. And those are the easy ones, right? You can't let the simple thing, you can't control that, right? Like when I say thick skin, it's really about controlling the controllables, letting go of the uncontrollables. There's so many things on a day-to-day basis that are out of our control. How many people are going to be home? How many appointments? Even if I scheduled 10 appointments, I mean, it's far-fetched. You schedule 10 appointments. If you're actually scheduling appointments, they're not going to be home. But you could have a handful of those people not there. You schedule one or two, there's a big chance one or two, both of them aren't home. They forgot about you. Uh, we always push scheduling appointments within 24 hours for that reason. It's 1:35 in the afternoon. If I'm knocking on a door and somebody's busy, I'm going to try to come back later today or tomorrow morning. Outside of that, we'll figure it out. But if I schedule an appointment with them today for next Monday, they're not going to remember. Well, something will pop up inevitably. That's not a real appointment. If you're scheduling real appointments, they still no-show you. They forgot they had this doctor's appointment. They forgot they had to pick up their grandkid today. They forgot this, or an emergency happened. You've got to be able to walk away from that without feeling some kind of way. If you're walking into every door thinking, if I don't sell this, I can't pay my rent, I can't pay my light bill, I can't put gas in the car to go to work tomorrow, you're setting yourself up for heartache and failure, right? The game is seeing as many people as possible. But you're going to hear these things. People will send these things in, or they will call in a lead over the phone. They'll get online, submit the stuff. I've been to a house within an hour and got yelled at because I was there too quick. I've called people within 15 minutes, and they didn't like how many phone calls they'd already received. People will request information on the web and call in from commercials. And then they're going to treat you like you're some con artist, like you're not the company that they just called to get this quote from. These things happen. You've got to be able to move away from them. You've got to be able to make that next phone call, go to that next house without carrying that to the next house. It's a learned skill. This isn't something that most people are born with. And even people that have done this for 5, 10, 15 years, we still get sidebar sometimes. You get hit when something is just not the right day. And that's what you got to remember. They mailed this thing in. Somebody opened their mail. They looked at their mail, saw something about life insurance, about burial coverage, about final expense. They marked the box, filled out whatever information, stuck it back in an envelope for the return, and sent it out. At that moment, they were interested. Whether I'm calling them to schedule an appointment, calling them to close them over the phone, or knocking at the door because I couldn't get a hold of them to see them now or later today, we don't know what they've just went through. We don't know what their day has been like. And sometimes we're just the people that they are taking whatever happened to them out on. And you've got to be able to accept that. If you can't, this is going to suck for you. All sales are going to suck for you. It goes further than just being told no. You have to be able to move on, go to the next house, go to the next appointment, make that phone call, and go through it as if you were on top of the world, like you just left the best deal of your life. You call it every single time. And if you can't find somebody, find a thing. I don't mean take a day. You don't need a mental health day for this. This is not a crisis. There should be no meltdowns, right? But if you're just pissed off, call somebody. It's going to make you laugh, talk you off the ledge. You don't even have to bring it up, right? Because you really shouldn't. Like, why would I want to call somebody to explain to them that they could be doing just fine? And I'm going to call somebody and tell them how mad I am over something that really doesn't matter, right? And why this ruined my day. And I need them in my corner. I need them as angry about it as I am, so that their day is now ruined. And now there's just two of us pissed off at John because, John wants the life insurance, but he doesn't want to talk to me today because he bought more scratchers than he should have this month and hasn't won anything, and he's out of cigarettes. That's what you're dealing with. Why would I want to push that onto somebody else? I don't want to invite anybody into my chaos. Everybody else has enough of it. Figure out a way to get over it. Watch something, listen to something, whatever it is, meditation, the music you listen to when you're working out in the gym, whatever gets you fired up, lets you get rid of all of it, and then go. It shouldn't be every single time. You'll get better. Walk away with a smile, right? Because the one thing you got to remember is if you're averaging one deal closed out of every 3 door knocks, or every 3 answers, or every 4 presentations, whatever that number is, you're now one more closer to that average yes. Okay? Sometimes we have really good weeks, and you see 10 people and you write 8 deals. There's an opposite end of that. You see 10 people and you write 2 deals. But in the long term, over a 30-day span or longer, you should be able to look at your numbers and know what those averages are, right? So always remember, if they're pissed off, they run you off, they tell you not to come back, you did the presentation, or they didn't even let you in the house to do the presentation, you should be able to get in and out on a no-sell in 15 minutes or less. So if you wouldn't have caught them and you knocked that door, took you an average of 5-6 minutes to add it, deal with it, go up to the door, they're not home, or the tire kicker every time you catch them, this, that, come back, and you've knocked that door 25, 30 times. If you catch them early or whatever, you catch them and they don't do something, they don't want to do it, they run you off, you're never coming back. It saved you all of the additional time you would have put into that to get that same no. getting the no's out of the way are just as important as getting the S's. You gotta have thick skin, otherwise you will carry that nonsense with you to the next house, to the next house, and to the next house. You will inevitably turn whatever today could have been into a bad day. Don't do it. Get out of your head, get out of your phone, call somebody, go somewhere, do something, whatever it is.